and the AR-15s that I'm hoarding in my garage, well, yeah, that's what that's for. You know, if the government ever gets out of control, Mr. Obama, you'll have me to answer to. No, they won't. Like maybe that was the truth back in the day when the Second Amendment was written and everybody was still running around with muskets. But now the American military has things like the fuel air bomb that can suck all the air out of your lungs in 2 seconds over a square mile, just lay waste to everyone there. Now you've got things like, aircraft that can put a bullet in every square inch of a football field in about 30 seconds. Yeah, no, that armor-piercing ammunition that you say is for hunting, but it's really in case you need to organize a militia. That whole thing, that one's flown the coop. So let's just, get some reasonable reasons for wanting to hang on to our guns. Like, I feel as though my home is safer with a gun in it. I'm a responsible gun owner, and it's my right to be able to protect myself as long as I do it within the confines of the law. You're never going to hear me argue against that. What you will hear me argue against is how easy it is to get a gun. Only because I've got a couple of friends that are gun owners who categorically should not be gun owners. They're hot-headed types. They make jokes about using their gun. They always carry it with them, and at the slightest sign of any sort of provocation, they're like, I'm going back to the car to get my Glock. No, you're not. The guy just looked at you funny. You're not going back to your car to get your Glock. Chill the F out. And these are some of the gun owners I know. On the other hand, I know some wonderfully responsible gun owners that, well, if anything did happen to go down, I would want them around me. And I don't have a gun because of my living situation. Sort of high-rise living. Yeah, I feel okay about it. To get into the place where I live, you got to jump through a lot of different hoops. And you got to be able to get into the garage. You can't do that without a pass key. You got to be able to get into the elevator. Can't do that without the pass key. You got to be able to get onto my floor. And the pass keys for the building only go up to the floor that you live on. You're not allowed to go to someone else's floor. So in this particular instance, living on like the 18th floor of a tall building, I'm chill with it. But if I do move into a home that, like a lot of homes, has a master bathroom on the ground floor and French doors out to the backyard, as you see in a lot of homes. Whenever I see that, I go, this is beautiful and easy to break into. And you're here and you get, okay. And in that particular situation, I might want a gun in the nightstand. Haven't made that decision yet, but you know what? I appreciate the freedom to do so when I find it necessary. But I do think we should be a little bit more careful about who's allowed to own firearms and who's allowed to use firearms. Jose Canseco, roided out, emotionally unstable former cokehead. Yeah, no guns for you. Case in point, Jose Canseco, I'm sure you heard about it, shot off his left middle finger the other night while he was cleaning a handgun in his house. If you're irresponsible enough to shoot off your left middle finger and you're known for being a bit of an emotionally unstable cokehead, no firearms. Jose's fiancée, Layla Knight, was there when it happened. She said he was cleaning the gun at his kitchen table and he didn't know it was loaded. Ah! If you're going to have a gun in the house, you should know when it's loaded or not. She told the LA Times, quote, I heard the gun go off and I saw his middle finger hanging by a string. It will either have to be amputated or have full reconstruction surgery. As of last night, Jose was in surgery and doctors were going to try and do as much as possible, but the bullet ripped through the bottom part of his finger. So even under the best circumstances, he's never going to have full use of it again. So I say unto thee, as I've said many times on this show, not against people having guns, but if we could weed out people that shouldn't own them, people that are unaware of the fact that a gun in their home is loaded, people that accidentally shoot off their own finger, if we could weed out those types by looking maybe, at their history of drug use or whatever, perhaps we'd be in a slightly better place. Especially in a better place, I think, responsible gun owners. Hey, so Arizona's Red Mesa High School, which is made up primarily of Native Americans of the Navajo tribe, They're now being forced to defend their Redskin nickname from white liberals. Arizona's Red Mesa High School, it's in the Four Corners area, northeastern Arizona. Students take tremendous pride in their nickname and their mascot, which is a lot like the NFL's Redskins. Most in the Navajo community dismiss the white liberal types and the activists that claim the nickname is a racial slur. At football games, the Navajos, or actually, the name of the team, the Navajo Indians, they hold up signs that read, "Fear the Spear" and "Redskin Nation." The student body president of Red Mesa High School said it's not a racial slur if it originates from a Native American tribe. It's always used in the context of sports. Navajo Nation President Ben Shelley says he isn't offended by the name and considers the controversy a non-issue. Both Native Americans. His office put out a statement saying changing a mascot's name is not going to produce one job on the Navajo Nation, noting that the unemployment rate on the country's largest Indian reservation is at 60%. So, if we could do something for Native Americans in terms of helping them find gainful employment or something like that, that would be a productive use of energy. Like if you're a bleeding heart liberal type, well, that would seem like a way to really get in there and make a difference. How can we find a way to help people find meaningful employment? But no. Instead, when the Redskins played the Cardinals a few weeks back, the students at Red Mesa were offered free tickets, and about 150 students and faculty made the trip. You know what happened to these high school kids that were proudly supporting their team? These Native American kids, Native American high school children that come from a place where the unemployment is 60%, don't have a whole lot to look forward to unless they make noted changes in their lives and live differently from the way people in their surroundings are different. You know what was done to those students, those high school kids? They were taunted when they went to the game. They were called sellouts by white liberal protesters for wearing Redskin hats and T-shirts to the game. According to and you can check out the pictures, the white liberals that protested it, these Indians don't know any better, so they're going to think for them. Yeah, not okay. Have an awesome one. We'll be back tomorrow. Do it all over again. Feel like it's cool to turn the other cheek and give people the benefit of the doubt, even when they don't deserve it. And sometimes you feel good about yourself for being the better person and doing that well.